Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're actually going to be talking about JigStack or Stack. Now overall, a lot of people are most likely upset about the recent price action that did occur. I personally bought more. I told you guys about that in the Discord. It was only around roughly $500, but it was sitting in my Coinbase wallet, so I said, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to buy more because it seemed like a perfect opportunity. I feel like this is free money at this point. And the reason why I do say that is because when we're talking about these DeFi coins in the making, they do have a very, very bright future, especially when we're talking about the NFT scene as well. I think JigStack or Stack is fairly undervalued. Yes, sure, trust me, the delays are frustrating as heck. I don't like it myself, but it is what it is. We gotta play the game that we are dealt. And with that being said, let's just jump into it and let's talk about why we've seen some sell-off happen on JigStack and so forth. So overall, we're going to refresh the market and check out what's happening. So we are seeing 1.92% down at about $2.58 trillion. We see most of the market kind of flipping a little bit red, but we do see other altcoins like Solana up still 11.68%, 32% on the 7-day span, which is significant. Most altcoins kind of just ranging around this point, nothing too crazy overall in terms of price action. Now, I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about the DeFi scene as well as the NFT scene. So I'm going to actually have these two open in a new chart. So we do see here that the DeFi market is actually increasing. We do see that the trading volume is up 5.18%. We see the market cap is only up about 0.67%. But we do see that the DeFi crypto market cap is up about 5.16% over the last day. This is significant. Now, in regards to the 24-hour period, a lot of these altcoins are making some gains on the 24-hour period, but most altcoins that we are talking about, like JigStack, have yet to make some major gains just yet. So, with that, let's actually look at year-to-date percentage gains on a few of these DeFi tokens. So we do see Phantom is up 13,000%. We also see that Bakery token is up about 12,952%, and a few other ones are up in that nice 11,000, 6,000, and so forth percentage zone. Now this is interesting because when we're talking about a lot of these, DeFi gems, there's a lot that actually haven't made major gains. In fact, as we scroll down here, we are seeing a lot less gains. We're seeing, 100% and so forth. And this goes for the DeFi scene or the NFT scene as well. In regards to the NFT scene, we're actually down about 13%. Again, the market cap is down about 2%. And overall, when we're talking about a lot of these gains, on the year to date, there's a few that are absolutely crazy, like this Cocos, but we do see AXS is up 20,000%. Again, Bakery tokens here, but we do see here VRA is up about 10,562%. The percentage gains for a lot of these altcoins are absolutely ridiculous. But when we're talking about something like JigStack, we have experienced a major sell-off event, and a lot of people were kind of bearish on this. A lot of people were wondering why we got that sell-off event. We are selling, or I should say, settling around 1 cent. I shouldn't say selling, but I did see a lot of people selling around this point here, which was roughly around 1 cent. I actually bought around this point here. I feel like this is a strong point to really kind of buy in on the 3-month span. Where we pretty much just bottomed out on is some major support going all the way back to around August. I felt like this was a no-brainer move here. Again, trading volume is down significantly at around almost 70%. Nothing too crazy there. Market cap still sitting at about almost $1 million. I could easily see a 10x from here, to be completely honest with you. But there's a lot more gains to be made from JigStack, even in the long-term sense of things. Like, I don't really, care about selling JigStack just yet this bull run, to be honest with you guys. But if I wanted to, I could easily do that because I still think that there's going to be some massive profit point. Now, there wasn't too much sell-off actually happening on JigStack. It was more so just kind of impulsive decision-making from retail individuals, and we're going to talk about that and address that. But first, before we fully jump into everything, I just want to let you guys know, if you do want to get my Crusader Trading Bundle Pack, you guys could do that on my website, ncashofficial.com. This includes everything on the website as well as all future content for free. There's also a ton of other content on here if you guys were interested in that. But with that being said, let's just jump in this and let's talk about it. So I did tweet out today, or I should say 2 days ago. I don't understand how people can't be bullish on Stack. The only problem I see is no solid CEX listing for ease of buying and project delays. The team has expressed their internal concerns that led to the delays, but continue to work and launch solid projects. Hashtag zero doubt. Now, for anybody who was wondering about this or wondering about the internal delays or anything like that, essentially they said that when they were working with OpenSea, OpenSea was pushing these major updates that would essentially push the launch date of the gallery further and further behind, which does suck, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know why they didn't personally work with Hedera or even Solana or even Polygon initially on the gallery. It didn't make any sense to me, or just make their own personal exchange marketplace for NFTs. I think that would have been the best decision for them, but it is what it is, right? We have to just be patient here and wait for those projects to actually launch. I have patience with this project because I think that when we're talking about the future of what this asset actually has to hold, I think we could potentially see, 10 to 100 to even 1,000x at some point in time if we are, patient enough. So personally speaking, yeah, the major problems right now is no major CEX listings and there's, project delays, but project delays are as expected, to be honest with you guys, especially considering what they are trying to build. So I'm being patient. I'm giving the team the benefit of the doubt, but I definitely am upset about the project delays. Trust me, it goes all the way back to the gallery, going, back to around May and even June. So trust me, I am a little bit upset about that. Overall, though, I am pretty ecstatic about the future of what Jigstack has to hold. This is a chart from one of the Discord members. Encrypt30, shout out to him. He says probably not going to make a sell on Jigstack here. Previous correction of 56% then gave almost a 500% upside. We wouldn't have corrected this deep had Credible Crypto not tweeted and people panic sold. CC still holds millions. He just reduced his exposure. And here is that chart, right? We are seeing some major gains off of the bottom support here of about 404%, drop down 58.66%, high low, or I should say higher low here, and then we hit 492.50%. That was nice. We must hold this. We held it fairly strong. We jumped up almost 500%. Here we go. We dipped down about 76.20%. So overall, what could this lead to? Well, it could lead to us pretty much breaking out of that 6-cent zone. That would pretty much be some major gains happening. We do see that the RSI is essentially bottoming out down there as some major support as well. There is resistance that we need to break out of, and I do think that once we do break that resistance, that's going to be significant for us to actually push higher. I'm fairly happy about the future for what Jigstack has to hold. Now, we also see a good call with Carlos Ma. I hope that I said that right. I don't know. I'm just going to say KM and the Jigstack team. The Gallery NFT launch at DeFiGallery.co. Polygon integration confirmed. End of the month launch. CX talks with T1 progressing. Sending info back regarding holders and staked amount. IDO burns end of month. IDO November. Stack. So there's a lot of great info and a lot of great updates to come for Jigstack. So I'm still excited for what the future has to hold. I am not, overall, I'm not getting to the point where I'm bearish or anything like that. Trust me, I'm still extremely bullish on Jigstack, and I am not changing my perspective on that. I loaded up more today just because I know the future of this asset, and I know the future ROI percentages as well. Now, I also just want to give you guys a little bit of an insight, right? We do see here, for those of you, wow, I can't even talk right now. For those of you capitulating over Credible Crypto tweet, or Stack tweet, you're not going to make it. If you're selling here, in my opinion, especially if you don't understand what's going on. And this is the case, right? Because we've seen, a few tweets from Credible Crypto and a few tweets from, other big named individuals. Overall, I don't think that is a call for concern. If you are selling because of somebody, tweeting something out, I just don't think that is, the best thing to do, to be completely honest with you. It is what it is, but I'm not going to hate on anybody. It is, what it is at the end of the day. If you are going to make a decision on what you are trading, what you are holding, that's you. But anybody who is actually going to make an irrational decision just because somebody says, hey, I'm going to lower my exposure to this, asset, I think that's just an idiotic decision. If you believe in an asset, you believe in an asset. Essentially, Credible Crypto's problem with Stack is the fact that, they're not partnering with Hedera Hashgraph until about Q2 of 2022. It is what it is. I don't care about them partnering with Hedera Hashgraph all that much. That's not the major selling point to me. Their projects are the major selling point to me. them being a DeFi giant is a big selling point to me. Now we also see here talking about JStack. You know, you may wonder how JStack actually fits into the Stack ecosystem. Well, it simply puts the idea of longevity factor on steroids. The longer you support JigStack, the more rewards and voting power you will earn. That's the foundation of a community-driven project, 100%. The introduction of JStack is one of these steps, bringing us closer to our goal of making JigStack the premier DAO of DeFi. We aim to make DeFi accessible for everyone while providing industry-leading quality and security. Now, just so you guys know, why I'm so extremely bullish on JigStack lies within this chart here, and this is the DeFi futures overall chart. Now, we do see this major dip back in the summertime, right? So overall, our bottoming support here on the DeFi chart is around this point here at about 5,619. Now, this isn't $5,619. This is over probably about 5 billion, 56 billion, somewhere around that. I'm not quite sure, but overall, when we're talking about this, you know, I'm talking about where we are about to go in terms of this all-time high being broken up here. So we still have a fairly long way to go in regards to, you know, overall price action. And this is exactly why a lot of DeFi gems are not moving in price. Yeah, sure, we are beginning that breakout, and that is extremely bullish, but we still have about 23.51% to move up. So that is a little bit of a significant gain. And I think that once we break out of this, you know, a little bit of a high, I think that we are going to range much higher. Most likely break about $30,000, which is, it could be about, you know, overall, this could be 30 billion. I'm not quite sure on the numerical numbers here, but overall, it doesn't matter when we're talking about what the future has to hold for this market. You know, we go all the way back to what I was talking about in regards to the DeFi scene. So overall, this is most likely the market cap that they're talking about here, which is roughly, it could be around that $15 billion mark, which this is essentially $13 billion. So this is, you know, the volume is a little bit lower, but again, the market cap for the DeFi, you know, space is $159.9 million, or I should say billion dollars. Wow. So this is a huge market at the end of the day, and I think that we have a lot of room to grow here. But once we break out of this all-time high for the DeFi, you know, futures, this is where the true fun really kind of lies within for a lot of these assets, including Stack. Now, trust me when I say, in regards to Stack, yeah, it broke my bottom support wedge here. I bought there. It is what it is. And it looks like we are bottoming out somewhere around here. Essentially, could we bottom at this support? 100%. There is a little bit of support here. Mainly, the major support is around this point at around 9.5 cents. Or I shouldn't even say 9.5 cents. It's a fraction of a cent at about 0.0095. So right now, in regards to this chart, are we about to bottom out? Are we about to have that nice reversal? It looks like we could be seeing a nice reversal on the Stack chart. I think that this is fairly bullish for us. Of course, there's going to be people selling. It is, you know, at the end of the day, crypto, so a lot of people will be selling, but there will always be a buyer for somebody who is selling. I'm extremely bullish on JigStack though, long term and even short term. I think that this bull run we will see extremely great gains. I just think that we need a CEX listing for the major high targets to be hit, like 50 cents to $1. I think without a CEX listing, there's not going to be too much volume flowing into JigStack because not a lot of people want to pay those astronomical gas fees. So, you know, until we do see a major CEX listing, I'm not going to get too ecstatic, but I still believe in the idea that we will get to the all-time high at some point in time. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. Just people with this, but Nick. Peace out, guys.